I'm Peter Haddock and I'm here today in Hanbury, Burton-on-Trent in Staffordshire. And I'm here with Dave. Dave, you actually run your own business, Dave Stone Excavator Services, and you've gone and invested not only in a brand new Takeuchi with a tilt rotator, but all around us, folks, you see a sea of attachments. Dave, this is a really big investment for you as a business, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's just the variety of the work I do, it just sort of needs a lot of these things. It's gets quite complicated, but there's not a lot I can't tackle with the one machine with the variety of tools I have.
You were talking to me earlier about Dave does a lot of things with building projects, like a lot of barn conversions and things like that, where you are the only person on site doing all the groundworks. And you were talking to me earlier about the fact that it's not just the buckets that you want, but it's also the crushers and the whole setup, so you can leave the site completely finished, can't you?
Yeah, this one machine can pretty much do most things on a site. I mean, it can lift a fair amount and almost can replace telehandlers, but we've got the crusher for sorting waste on the job, saves having lorries running, and it also keeps the machine busy when you're quiet sometimes. You can just drop the crusher on for half a day and it takes minutes to change. This
is the Swiss Army knife for you, but what's interesting, folks, Dave is not happy to sit back and go, hey, I need some buckets off a shelf, Dave. No. Dave is a designer, and Dave has been challenging the team at Digbits to design new buckets like this Scandinavian style bucket, Dave.
It was more to go with work well with the knots, because you need a certain angle, which I don't quite understand, but the experts at Digbits do. But I also wanted them heavy duty to last, with like decent teeth on the larger buckets and wear plates on the trenching buckets, because that's certainly the foot bucket gets a lot of hammer compared with the others on some of my jobs. So we've certainly done well with these. They've come up, I'm very pleased really, I don't know.
And I think you're talking about the design there, but you're talking about the materials, aren't you, that are used in buckets. You know, I've got a series that basically looks at exploring Digbits as a business, folks, and we talk a lot about the types of materials like Hardox. You've used some Hardox on your bucket designs, haven't you?
Yeah, I believe all the edges and the wear plates are all Hardox.
And I think what's important here about Dave's business is that he's invested an awful lot of money in this brand new Takeuchi. It's bigger, isn't it, Dave, than the last excavator you got, because you want more hydraulic power, don't you?
I don't want to go massively bigger, but where I can get more power and sort of, you know, more performance, it seemed a good option, this did, and Takeuchi ticks all the boxes. You
make money on a job-by-job basis. The faster you do it, the more money you make, and also the quicker you can get onto other jobs, and you're in super high demand. He's given up his day here today because he's literally moving on to another great big project around the corner. But Dave, that's important, isn't it? Because it's all about cash generation and profitability, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just be able to be efficient for people as well. People don't want to be waiting, and if this can go in and hit the job a bit harder, hopefully it'll work well.
Well, he certainly hit the job hard with all of his investment there, hit the bank account hard as well, but I'm sure it's all going to pay off for you, Dave. It's a great story here. One of the things I do like as well, Dave, is you've turned around to the Digbits guys and said, make me a bespoke bucket, but make it red, because it matches the Takeuchi, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was more to make them stand out a bit and for shows, but I do like the idea of the red buckets. Well, I know they're mine for a start, but they do look well on the end.
They certainly do, folks, and we've borrowed these buckets and attachments with both yourself, Dave, and the Diggerman blogger Nick Drew testing this machine out today, and had a lot of fun in the yard here. Thanks for making the time for us, Dave. It's been a fantastic journey throughout this period. I've actually been at Digbits when they were making these, Dave.
Yeah, and I think it's where I first saw them finished, was on your video.
Well, there you go. Dave is not just a brilliant operator investing a lot of money, it's also watching the right channels. So thanks very much, Dave, for spending some time with me today.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.